Welcome to Mensheds Australia's module on budgeting.
Budgeting is about forecasting and controlling the future using numbers. Every Menshed needs a budget. You will need it to guide the financial affairs of the Mendshed, and you will need it when it comes to applying for funding.
Understanding budgeting and introducing good budgeting practices into the Mendshed is critical to good performance and achievement of desired outcomes.
A budget is a tool used to focus and optimize resources. It is a management and measurement tool. The budget is a financial picture of your expectations for the Mendshed. This is another reason you need to have good budgets and good financial reports. It is easy to let the months slip past, thinking that you know what is going on, even though the numbers might be quite small for your Mendshed. Then suddenly it's too late. You have lost your money or are starting to trade insolvently, which is against the law. Here are some of the more common financial frustrations that Mensheds everywhere are facing on a daily basis. By being involved with the budgeting process, you quickly get to know what the key numbers are, and knowing the key numbers should be one of your top priorities. How can you make proper decisions without knowing what the key numbers are? There are many different types of budgets that you have to consider for the average Mendshed. Yes, even a very small Mendshed, or even a Mendshed just starting out. The budget template, which you can download from the Resource Centre, links all the various budgets together. With this integrated budgeting tool, you can change one number and it will reflect in the other relevant budgets. For example, if you change the sales figure or revenue figure, then the cash flow budget is immediately updated to reflect the change. No, you can't do good budgets without good information. However, you do not need all the information before you start, unless you want to procrastinate. Start with the information you have, as it can be updated as new information comes to hand. Budgeting is about setting targets. Here are a few that can make a big difference to your Mendshed success. I can hear you saying, "Yes, but I can never predict the future. I don't know what is going to happen. I tried budgeting in the past, but it never worked." All we can say is that you need to keep learning about your finances and budgeting as it applies to your Mendshed. There is no mystery about budgeting, even though it is a little intangible. Make sure that you base your forecasts on good information. The alternative to budgeting is to do nothing. And if you do nothing, you will find it increasingly difficult to survive in the low-margin industry of Mensheds. Try starting with what profit you want your Mendshed to make for the year. Then look at how much you have to sell to make the profit, including the expenses that you will incur. You should be budgeting to make a profit in order that you have money to buy extra items for your Mendshed, and you need it to help you grow. Some people think profit is a dirty word, preferring to use such terms as revenue and surplus. Whatever terms you use, there must be money left over, otherwise you have no alternative but to keep seeking handouts and stay on the public purse. Try using this simple table when setting out your sales or revenue budgets for your Mendshed. This list will give you some idea of the more popular forecasting methods. Do what is known as freehand smoothing. Take out the monthly peaks and troughs of last year by filling the troughs and knocking down the peaks. It is the final total that is the important figure. It doesn't really matter about the months the figures fall in, as long as they fall in. The monthly figure guides you in your decision making as the year progresses. If you are ahead of budget, enjoy the exhilaration. If you are behind, do something about it, like sell more next month or cut your expenses. But don't panic. 1 month does not make a year. This is a look at some key numbers. Know your industry numbers. How do similar Mensheds do? What are the industry averages for sales, margins, expenses and profits? You are now in a position to make changes that will improve the bottom line number. By comparing your own figures with those of the best in the industry, you can start to improve your financial performance while finding out how they manage to have the numbers that they do.
You may also find a 5-year momentum forecast of the key numbers very useful in your planning. It will show up any adverse trends in your thinking, and it is also useful to present when applying for funding.
If you have any doubts about the value of budgeting, seek advice. It could save you or make you more money than you ever believed, simply because your decision making will improve dramatically. Yes, even in a very small Mensheds. If you need some help, give Mensheds a call. Procrastination can cost you everything.